Hello everyone! This is Running on Empty Food Review. Well, hello ladies, gentlemen, and everyone watching. Welcome one and all to this newest edition of the Running on Empty Food Review series. I'm your host, the Report of the Week. It's a pleasant afternoon, I must say. It's actually pretty quiet, it's comfortable, nice temperature, so I thought, I'm gonna brave the elements, as if that somehow doesn't completely contradict what I just said. I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna go outside, something I've never done before, and I'm gonna review the latest, and maybe greatest, maybe worst, from Popeyes, and I'm just going for it, so I did. Being the absolute daredevil that I am. Popeyes. When it comes down to releases, I'll try to gauge the amount of interest that exists in an item, and there are some items that I know, right off the bat, will probably have more success than others. For instance, the last item that I tried out, the one from Little Caesars, the Crazy Puffs, I think they were called. I knew there was going to be some interest in them. It was a unique looking item. It was, I would say, pretty aesthetically pleasing. It was at a decent price, and it gets people talking. And then we have Popeyes. They've been doing this for a while, and I'll stress this right off the bat. I have nothing against Popeyes. I have nothing against wings. I like wings. I am a fan of chicken wings, don't get me wrong. But they made such a big deal out of these. For months now. They've been doing this since, I think, September of last year. They have new wings, new bone-in wings, and they have sauce on them. Because previously, a lot of the wings that Popeyes released would always have like a dry rub to them. Or the flavor, whatever it might be that the spice or anything else, was always sort of baked in. But starting in September, they released a new lineup of wings that had a wing sauce to them. And they've been promoting and promoting and promoting these wings, release after release after release. And no one cares. Absolutely no one in any capacity cares one single bit. And I can't make people care either. You know, this is on them. But this is one of those releases. I looked at the item, and I looked at a few other factors, and I was sort of just shaking my head, and I thought, it's just going to be the same old, no matter what. And you'll know exactly why I'm saying that in a moment. Wings are what they are, but it's not necessarily the most inspiring item out there, I'll tell you that. But here's the thing that gives me pause, and you might think, well, Review Bra, you're being a little negative toward Popeyes, aren't you? Well, just take a look at this. And this sort of sums up why I guess I'm taking the approach that I am here. So Popeyes has released a new wing flavor. They have released their new honey lemon pepper wings. And the name is pretty self-explanatory. It has a lemon pepper sauce with a little bit of sweetness, a tiny bit of little black pepper spice, and then that zest from the lemon as well. And they are bone-in wings. 6-piece, right? 6 of them. You know how much it costs? Just for the wings by themselves? $8. $8 for 6 wings from Popeyes. And mind you, just the wings by themselves. No side, no drink, no bit, nothing. Just the wings. 6 wings, $8. And I've seen some instances, because I looked these up, where people were actually paying, in some cases, $9, $9.50 for 8 wings here. Or not 6 wings. Not 8, 6 wings. So, when I think to myself, this to me is not the recipe for success. And I was trying to think, is there any motivation to really go out and get these? I'm not really finding any. Yeah, let me go blow $8 for 6 of these wings that might not even be good, because I've tried some of their wings, and some of the flavors are really good, some of them are awful. And, you know, it is what it is, but granted, this is just one of those releases that I would be shocked if it's necessarily a high interest release, is what I'm trying to say. It's just, there are things that I get a certain feeling about. This isn't one of them. And I have mentioned this before. Popeyes has really been struggling with this lineup, but they're still going all out. And again, I like my wings, but these are just the facts. This is just where things stand. And, they're still going all in now. So, a bit critical, maybe, but it's just how I feel, and that's all that there is to it. Now, nonetheless, let's get into the review. Come in this receptacle, honey lemon pepper. And don't get me wrong, these can be delicious wings. And if they are, I'm still going to give them a good review, or a good rating. But that doesn't change the grievances that I have. I will say they are pretty decent size, at least, and I could really smell the honey there. The honey and the lemon as well. Not much the pepper, but I could smell the honey and the lemon. Here we go. Decent size, at least. So again, going to be a straightforward assessment now. I mentioned my grievances and concerns, but look, if they're good wings, they're good wings. I'm curious, though, what do you think? Do you think these are a good deal, or, are they? Am I overreacting? I'm curious, what do you think? Either way, let's see how these are. The honey... what are they called? The honey lemon pepper wings from Popeyes now, they're going in. You know, I know I came in a little rough. I know I came in swinging, as they say. And I had what I thought were at least founded concerns, but I still wanted to give him a chance. That's why I kept stressing I may have my feelings about the concept and the idea, the price, the execution, and all of that. And granted, some of these are variables that can't really be controlled, but, there's some things that you can't really do much to drum up interest in. And that's understandable. There's some things, these could be the best wings in the world, and it is what it is. I still wanted to give them a chance. I still went in here and I thought, I have my thoughts, sure, but if these are good wings, I'm going to say it. And I'm going to say, look, maybe they're struggling with promoting this, but this is a darn good product, and go out and get it, and give it a chance, I could say they're really underrated. I went in there optimistic, and as I was eating this, I was thinking to myself, I was just sitting here, I was thinking to myself, there's no other way to put this, but the first thought that I had when I took a bite, immediately I thought, there's a big problem here. When it comes down to flavors, be that artificial flavors, natural flavors, there are some people that just don't like anything synthetic and anything that has some sort of artificial flavor to it. I'm not one of those people. Yeah, there are things that are artificially flavored that just aren't good. But there are plenty of artificial flavors that are still, they're good enough for what they are. And there's some natural flavors that aren't all that great either, so, I'm willing to give it all a chance. But there are times where something is just so synthetic and so artificial, it just does not work, and on top of that, it just doesn't taste good. When I bit into this, you know what the first thing that I thought of immediately was? I thought, this tastes like a cough drop. And it might sound like something weird, but I'll get into a little bit of a brief anecdote. There were times when I would be feeling under the weather, and there were these cough drops that I would get, and I think they still make them. I'm not sure the brand, maybe it's Ricola or something like that, where the cough drop has this sort of lemon-type flavor. Maybe that's intentional, maybe it's not. And then in the center of it, there's like this little bit of honey, just to try to make it, more sort of bearable and tolerable. And I remember that blend. It's like, it's not something that I would necessarily, I wouldn't sit here and say, oh, this is like candy, and just go for it, but it did its job, and it had a very distinctive taste, and maybe some of you know what I'm talking about, but, it was very synthetic, very artificial, and it was like, yeah, I could tolerate it, especially when I'm feeling very congested and everything, and it helps, so I could deal with it. But this has the same flavor profile as that, where everything about this is just so artificially flavored and not in a good way. And I have had lemon pepper wings. I've even had some that have a little bit of a sweetness to them as well. They don't taste like this. They don't taste. I've never had wings before that I sit here and the first thing that comes to mind is the similarity of this wing sauce to a certain brand of cough drops. That just does not happen. This is a first. And that tells you everything you need to know about it. They have serious problems with this, that it's too synthetic, it's too artificial. And there have been reviews that I've mentioned this concern before, where they went too far. It's like they overdid the lemon aspect of it, and same thing with the honey. There's just nothing about this that has any sort of natural semblance to it whatsoever. And it's so synthetic, so artificial, it's very poorly done, if you ask me, and very unpleasant too. And this might sound silly, but I genuinely pity the poor wings here. Because, the saddest part about this is that the wings themselves actually aren't that bad. The chicken is of decent quality, they're of decent size, nice amount of breading, it's juicy, it's tender, the chicken is nice, and then you have this sauce that just ruins it. What a shame. Really, what a shame. And I just pity these poor wings, because these could have been really darn good wings, too. And then this is their fate. To be coated in this sauce that doesn't make me even want to take another bite. There's a way that they could do this that they would taste fine. And I know that because I've had lemon pepper wings, I've had wings that have that lemon pepper honey blend that tastes just fine. This can be avoided, but whatever formula they used here just doesn't work. It's too artificial, it's too synthetic-y, for lack of a better word. It doesn't work, it doesn't taste good at all. There's a little bit of a spice there from the black pepper. I could see the black pepper on the surface of the wings, but as far as, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter, I don't get it. It just doesn't matter. It's not worth it. You're not really going to care about the black pepper. You're not going to care about the spice that this has. It's going to be irrelevant, because you're just going to notice that sauce. And you're going to think, this just doesn't taste good. Now, I don't like these, flat out. I'll just say it. I do not like these wings. What a shame it is, because there are so many wings out there that I'm willing to give a chance, and I'm very partial to. I like wings. These just are not good. Very disappointing. Yeah, it doesn't work. Doesn't work. The whole flavor profile needs to be redone, and they just need to start from zero and work their way back up with this combination, because whatever they did here just doesn't work. Flat out, it just doesn't taste good. Something really wrong about the lemon, something really wrong about the honey. The chicken can be as good as it is, and the black pepper spice can be there, but the sauce negates everything. These aren't good. Avoid them, in my opinion. Take the $8 and go buy something else with it, because this is a waste of your money. And don't bother with it. There are other wings from Popeyes that are decent. I think they have these sweet and spicy wings that I enjoy. I like them. And the bird is all fired up too, as you could hear. So take the money and buy those if you really want wings from Popeyes, because these aren't good. I wanted to give them a chance, but after that first bite, I already knew where this was going. Oh well. I'm sure they'll be releasing more of these, and hopefully they'll have better luck in the future, but this is a pass. These just don't taste good at all. So therefore, out of 10, what am I going to be rating the new honey lemon pepper wings from Popeyes? Very disappointing. These were way worse than I ever thought they would be. And I gotta give them a 2 out of 10. I don't think there's any other way around it. When I think, is there any redeeming quality that isn't canceled out by this sauce? No. No. So that's why they have the rating that they had. A hard pass on these. And, yeah, if you really want to go, they're overpriced too, horribly overpriced. And if you want to get wings from Popeyes, get like the sweet and spicy ones or something. Just forget, don't even waste the time with these, or the money. Very disappointing. I hate it when this happens, because, you know, you want to see them succeed. I want to think, maybe I was just being harsh on them, and then they redeemed themselves, and instead this is what happens. I hate it when this happens. Oh well. On to the next. You win some and you lose some, and I'm just very disappointed here. Alright. I wish I had something good to say, but I'm afraid I don't, so I'll leave on that note. Popeyes, I hope to see better from them, I really do. And that's all that I have. Thank you for watching, and until next time, I'm your host, The Report of the Week.